What's up, everyone? My name is Dean, and you are now tuning into New Earth FM, where I discuss various topics about spirituality and the awakening process. And today's video is about your inner guidance, listening to your inner guidance and how to really feel into that and be attuned to that. And I remember when I was on my journey in the beginning, in the beginning phases of my journey, I had a lot of thoughts, a lot of anxiety, and it was difficult for me to really distinguish, my inner voice, my inner guidance versus just my thoughts, my ego. My ego is just thinking these random things. And what helped me along my journey is to just really clear the, get into that state of just clarity. When I started meditating, for like 10 minutes, doing that, after that 10 minutes, I kind of just felt this clarity, and I noticed my mind was able to think from a place of not worrying and not preoccupied with the different obligations that we have in everyday life. And when I found myself to be in that that flow state, when I meditate, when I started to meditate for like 10 minutes, I noticed my mind would kind of reach a flow state. It just I would just be observing, and I would be like in a place of clarity. I remember because when I was in college, I was thinking about studying for exams and doing homework, all these deadlines. And once I really started to really just focus inwards and really listen to that listen to that inner voice, I started to tap into my intuition more. And an inner voice, what I discovered is it's a voice that comes to you. It's something that isn't that you just that's not forced upon, but it's something that, that just comes to you when you're in those states of clarity, when you're in those states of, not thinking too much about the future or thinking too much about the past even. And what I find is that, being in those states of clarity, where all the baggage, that we hold in our mind starts to clear off, then what I found is that once we get into that state, we can really tap into our inner guidance, and it's almost as if it's like the answer comes to you, and it's something that that you really feel deep down in your heart. It's almost that heart connection that you develop when you really learn to connect with your inner guidance and your that inner voice within you. And throughout time, the more that I listened and let it come to me, the more I was able to really just follow and really trust my inner voice. And ultimately, what got me, making these videos is really just me listening to my inner voice and really just letting that guide me, and being in those states of clarity, with that unfiltered states of of like no baggage, and then just letting, and then in those states, you just let the answer come to you, and it flows pretty naturally, is what I found. Thank you so much for listening to this message. If you like these videos, please comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned.